The Pokemon anime just left so many people enraged and devastated for a reason that on paper sounds absolutely absurd. A few weeks back, we were given one of the cutest, most unique, and most instantly beloved Pokemon of all time, a chunky, chubby, dessert-loving Lycanroc. But then, just as fast as he appeared, he was cruelly taken from us. And fans were not happy about that. But what if I told you it might have actually been some of the best writing in the entire show? Let me explain in this video. In episode 98 of Pokémon Horizons, we found out that Murdoch's Rockruff, the goodest little bacon buddy in the world, he evolved during the 1-year time skip. But what really got people talking wasn't just the evolution on its own, it was how he looked after evolving. Murdoch's Lycanroc wasn't just like any other Lycanroc. He was very noticeably chubbier. He was round-faced, heavier-bodied, and he was absolutely adorable. He went viral immediately on social media, with fans lovingly naming him Chubby Lycanroc, Lycanchonk, and probably some other nicknames I've forgotten about. And it spread beyond just the anime community, you know? Both anime fans and non-anime fans alike were all obsessed with how cute Lycanroc was. Let's be honest, making any animal chubbier makes him way more adorable. But people weren't only loving him because of how cute he was, people were also praising Horizons for showing off Pokemon with different body types, and for subtly showcasing how environmental factors like diet and lifestyle can influence a Pokemon's appearance. It felt like a fresh, new, and honestly pretty realistic topic for the Pokemon anime to showcase. But then episode 100 aired a couple of weeks later, and everything changed. You see, Lycanroc returned, but he was not what fans expected. Gone was the chubby round boy that we all fell in love with, and in his place was a completely normal, slimmer looking Lycanroc. Lycanroc somehow lost all of that chubbiness within 2 episodes and was back to normal. There was no explanation, no acknowledgement, not even a passing joke from Murdoch or any of the characters. It was as if chubby Lycanroc never even happened. And naturally, fans were super angry. On Twitter, people spread the news again, but this time it wasn't celebration, it was confusion and disappointment. What happened to chubby Lycanroc, you know? Did the animators forget what Lycanroc looked like 2 episodes ago? Was it a mistake? Or did someone behind the scenes actually decide to erase chubby Lycanroc? Why would they get rid of something so unique and new? Something that gave so much personality and storytelling to Murdoch and Lycanroc? I mean, the least the show could have done was mention it or make a joke about it, you know? They could have given us a fun scene with Molly, the Pokemon nurse, forcing Murdoch to put Lycanroc on a diet, but nope, it was just completely brushed over. Lycanroc was no longer chubby, and there was no explanation. But here's the thing, okay? I understand why fans are so devastated and upset. Chubby Lycanroc was so great and I do wish he stayed around. But after really thinking about it for a while, I genuinely think what happened here with chubby Lycanroc might be a masterclass in subtle storytelling. Specifically, a perfect example of show don't tell. If you're not familiar, show don't tell is a writing technique where the story doesn't blatantly explain everything directly to the audience. Instead, it shows its storytelling through visual details, actions, implications, and it trusts the audience to pick up on the details and read between the lines to make the connections. It's a clear sign of being a great writer and trusting your audience to understand the story you're trying to tell, without making it blatantly obvious. And when you look really closely, that's exactly what Pokémon Horizons just did with chubby Lycanroc. And nobody seems to have picked up on it, dude. Let's go back to episode 98 for a second. In that episode, it was painfully clear that Murdoch was not okay. He's still deeply grieving Friede's disappearance from a year ago. He misses the Rising Voltacklers. He has regrets about what happened. He's stuck in one place emotionally and physically. Murdoch has completely lost his spark. We even saw in a flashback that Murdoch has been struggling to bake desserts. His greatest passion, which he always did so effortlessly, is now impossible for him. That's a subtle but very real symptom of depression, when even your passions feel empty and impossible. So when Murdoch was low and grieving and depressed, what did he do instead? He overfed his Rockruff. His failures in baking caused by his depression resulted in him overfeeding his pet puppy. Overeating is a very strong symptom of depression in real life, but in Murdoch's case, rather than overeating food himself, he made his Rockruff, his pet dog, overeat instead. His depression made him overfeed his own pet, and that resulted in chubby Lycanroc. That's something that actually happens in real life when people are depressed, dude. So chubby Lycanroc, while being very, very cute and very funny and quirky, it wasn't just a joke. It wasn't just a punchline. Lycanroc being chubby was a visual representation of Murdoch's grief, his depression, his stagnation. It showed how Murdoch's depression was impacting his passions and his pet. It was incredibly subtle, but incredibly human and powerful and realistic. But then at the end of episode 98, Murdoch decided that he could keep pushing forwards. He found new strength and new hope through the kids. He began to overcome his depression. So then when he returned in episode 100 in a much better state of mind and wanting to rejoin the Ryzen Voltacklers, Murdoch's Lycanroc had lost all the weight it gained from Murdoch's depression. It was a clear visual sign that Murdoch was healing. Murdoch had overcame his depression. He started taking better care of himself, his passion for baking had been restored, and as a result he started taking better care of Lycanroc too. He was no longer overfeeding Lycanroc. Lycanroc is physically healthier as a result of Murdoch being mentally healthier. This information is never directly told to us. It's just shown by reading between the lines and understanding the characters. That's genuinely excellent storytelling, dude. It's so insanely great that I'm okay with losing chubby Lycanroc if it means the story could be told in such a powerful, subtle way. It's really impressive and honestly is some of the most unique, realistic development the anime has ever done. So I hope this video will make more people notice and appreciate it, you know? Either way, chubby Lycanroc, you will be very missed, King. I'm glad we had you, even if it was only for a brief period of time. But if you being healthy again proves that Murdoch's overcome his depression, then I couldn't be happier about it, man. So let me know your thoughts on all of this below. Are you gutted to be losing our favourite chunky dog? Or do you think it's for the best? Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my take on the topic, I'd really appreciate that a lot. And join our Discord server or become a channel member using the links in the description. Thank you so much to all of my amazing current channel members for all the support. People like Jay, Dowpals, Toten, Shiny Charm, Giscadia, Blazing Shots, Not Mini, Racco, Pokesan, Zach, Hope, the Duff One. You guys are absolute legends. And on that note, thank you all so much for watching and best wishes until we meet again!